Hello guys and welcome back to my Arsenal career mode. We have another episode, this time with 3 bits of gameplay, 3 matches all in one episode. And don't forget, we are still playing on legendary difficulty. I still don't know if that's something you guys want me to do, so please do leave a comment right now in this video while you're down there. Just leave a little comment. Should I stick to legendary or not? I did see a few comments before, people saying actually we prefer it when you beat teams more often, because I have been dropping points, I've been losing a few matches. Obviously at the World Cup with Belgium I really struggled on legendary, so it's a difficult one, because if I put it down to world class and I get a couple of easy wins, you know, 3-0 wins, 4-0 wins maybe, I then get walls of complaints saying it's too easy. I just wish there was something in the middle. You know, I refuse to use sliders, but that's I guess what people would be saying, you know, go on world class or legendary and then adjust it slightly with sliders, but it will not make it a realistic game, so there's no way I'm going to be doing that. So I need to pick world class or legendary, or do I just switch in between them depending on what teams I'm up against? Like for example, I'm against Charlton in this match in the Capital One Cup. Do I put it on legendary for these kind of matches, but then when I come up against, you know, Man City, who I've got coming up, Man United, play like teams like that, do I then put it down to world class? Either way, you can see for Charlton though, I was putting up a pretty weak team. A lot of my youngsters were going to play in this match, just because it was a game that I was expecting to win, and you know, giving my players a chance to get some first team football is exactly what I need to be doing against these teams. Well, it doesn't really matter about the team so much. It's in these competitions where, you know, I'm not too worried about winning them or not. So, you know, I have players like Miechi, Mayer, Wellington, Silva. I even have Bentner up front, which is yeah, kind of a strange one. But Charlton are actually a decent team. I wasn't going into this game thinking I was going to absolutely smash them. But I knew if I played well with these youngsters, I could definitely grab a win. Goretzka here, what a start to this match. What a start to his career. Lovely ball over to Bentner, but obviously we're not going to score with Bentner there. Look at this lovely pass. Just weighted perfectly. Just a little bit of a bounce. It's a real shame that Bentner couldn't get on target. I think Yilmaz or maybe Giroud would have scored that, but hey, you know, I'm playing my reserve team almost. Wellington Silva, very impressed with this guy. Decided not to send him back out on loan. What a great decision that's proven to be so far. He is an absolute brilliant player on that left wing. Don't forget, he is a 5-star skiller, the only one in my whole squad. So there you go, pretty cool to have. Fortunately, he picked out the pass, which was actually offside. I think it was more of a shot that went wrong, though. As I said at the start, we're playing Mayer as well, my young German player who plays at Cam. He's making a decent start. He's obviously not the fittest player. His stamina is pretty low. He's not very strong either, but he's very quick on his feet. He's very agile, and he kind of reminds me of Insigne, if you know what I mean, but maybe less attacking. I think Insigne is definitely more of a, you know, more of an attacking threat than Mayer, that's for sure. But you can see I'm getting many chances here. I'm trying my best to produce some goals with this young team. Even Jenkinson's getting involved there, but that shot was pretty pathetic. We went in at 0-0 at half-time, which is very disappointing. I was hoping to score at least 1 or 2 maybe in this match. Hopefully 1 in the first half, but it took 50 minutes to finally break that deadlock, and I cannot believe this. I'm going to have to pinch myself. Ow, that hurts. Bentner has scored for Arsenal. It's absolutely unbelievable, and what a goal this is. You know, this is FIFA, guys. It doesn't matter what the ratings or what the players are in real life, what they're like in real life. If they have good stats in-game, you know, in this game, in FIFA 14, it's all about, you know, the tall, strong players. Bentner has that, and he's got it in abundance. His heading is very strong. So that's why I haven't sold him yet. I think he actually does provide some additional, I don't know, ability to this squad. And Insigne, who came on there, as you saw, instant impact into this game. That's what happens when you play with your reserves and then suddenly you bring on some of your first team players. You just notice the difference straight away, and he almost gets a goal within the first few minutes of him coming on. But you can see we're into 90th minute here, and well, we're on our way to a win, and we look like we're going to get it. Here we go. Referee, blow that whistle, mate. We get the win. So it wasn't the most convincing game ever, but I tell you what, a 1-0 in the Capital One Cup with my reserve team is pretty decent, if you ask me. And it meant I could go and resume my form, hopefully, into the Premier League against Crystal Palace. This game should be a win. Now, no disrespect to Crystal Palace, but they are pretty much bottom of the table in my league right now, and they have one of the weaker squads. And straight away, I really do abuse this gap down the right side throughout this match. Jenkinson, I was in 2 minds. Do I cross? Do I shoot? You know, I was going to shoot, but then I remembered Jenkinson's shot is pretty poor. So unfortunately, I was so slow to react. and I lose the ball. And unfortunately, Mertesacker gets out-muscled by that knob end with loads of gel, Shamak. God, he's got so much gel in his hair. And I'm actually going to give away a goal here. It's absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. Martinez, who's playing his first game in the league, I think it is this season. I felt like giving Chesney a rest. Was it a bad decision? It could have been, because he makes a great save, but the parry puts it straight out to Balassi there, their left winger, and it's a very, very simple finish for him. I was so upset with this, because it was actually a very nice save. If you watch it here from Jedinak, it is a decent save. My defence was too slow to react, and we go 1-0 down at Crystal Palace. However, Martinez, like I said, making his debut this season, or his first appearance, another great save there, so he's really redeeming himself after that bit of a failed block that resulted in the first goal. But he's a decent keeper, you know. I'm definitely going to keep hold of him for now. Whether he'll be good enough for, you know, a future first team player, I don't know if I'll even be at Arsenal when it gets to that point. So anyway, we're trying to get back into this game here. Ozil and Draxler combining there, two great players, and a lot of people were thinking that buying Draxler was going to give me the same issues that I had with Cazorla. You know, I was saying with Cazorla, he's not a winger, and playing him out on the left kind of ruined it. Draxler really fits the role, if you ask me. My opinion might change on that as I get further into the season, but right now, Draxler as a left attacking midfielder, drifting into the middle with Ozil, is actually extremely good, and I'm actually very impressed. It helps that he's got such long strides, and Diaby, what a stupid pass that was. And also it helps the fact he's a lot stronger than Cazorla as well. So yeah, 6'2" I think it is, compared to what, 5'10"? I think Cazorla's 5'10" or 5'9". There is a difference there, and I can feel it. Draxler does actually feel pretty good out there on the left. But anyway, half-time, 1-0 down. It was very disappointing, but I've got game changers in this squad, and have a look at this. Outside of the foot, basically, he clips it, bending out from the keeper towards the top right corner, and it just slides in. What a beautiful goal this is from Draxler. I think he could be the signing of the season. I think last year Yilmaz was, but I think already this year Draxler, Bittencourt, Goretzka, all very good signings. Not sure about Meyer. We'll see how we get on with him. But yeah, very happy with Draxler. Very happy with Bittencourt as well. Especially when we get to the Champions League games. We've got one coming up straight after this match. I'm really going to need some depth in this side. And there you can see Ozil getting close to getting a goal there as well. In his white boots, I have updated the players' boots a little bit. I like to change them around every now and again. Draxler is running the show. 89th minute here. But he picks out a silly pass, and it was a pretty poor run, to be honest. It would have been miles offside. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, we dropped more points in the Premier League. It's not been the best start ever, but maybe Legendary is a little bit... I don't know. I do struggle a little bit. I will be honest with you guys. You know, just because I make FIFA videos doesn't mean I'm the best at it. I think Legendary is pretty difficult, but, you know, that's just me. Maybe you guys are absolutely fantastic at it. I know some people win their games on Legendary unbeaten, you know, unbeaten the whole season kind of thing. Well, yeah, well done. But anyway, we're going into our first Champions League match. It should have been last season, but as you know, I got too excited when I first got the game, and I completely missed the option to sign up, I guess, for European football. So it was a complete mess up. But I told you it'd be worth the wait, and here it is, guys. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be honest, it's a very, very boring game. We really did match each other. This is CSK Moscow. They are a decent team. They've got some absolutely fantastic players. And this is the only thing that happened in the first half, just on the end of the first half here. One of my favourite players in the squad right now, Bittencourt, jumps higher than all the defenders. And it is a really nice header. Look at the run he's making. That's like a striker. The way he peels off the defence there. And a very accurate header as well. So that made us go 1-0 up at half-time, which is always good, especially when you're playing at home. And I wanted to come out in this second half and get another goal as soon as I could. But it didn't start off too well, and the Swedish player Elm gets a great header there into the top right corner. 2 headers, 1 scored, 1 conceded, little bit of a shame. And by the way, talking of Sweden, I'm sorry Sweden, and I'm sorry Ellen, they didn't make it to the World Cup. I know, it's awful, but Portugal will be there, which I think is probably worth, well, I don't know, is Portugal better than Sweden? I think they probably are. I don't want to say it too loudly because Ellen's looking at me. But anyway, we're swiftly moving on. Unlucky Sweden, and congratulations to Portugal. But we do get the winner goal here. This is Yilmaz coming on in the second half, and what a way to score in the last few minutes. Just a lovely header where, again, peeling off the defence in the back corner there and slotting it in. And that meant we got our first win in the Champions League. A great start to the group stages. In the next episode, I'll show you who's in the groups. because that is interesting, I tell you that. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like rating, guys. And look at this as well. So Nogo wants more playing time. Tell you what, mate, I will play you if all my strikers get injured. How about that? In the next episode, guys, we have Manchester City in the BPL. So look out for that one. Again, please do leave a like, and I'll see you next time.